Alright. Hey guys and gals. DJ Xana here. And we're here to debunk a debunking from Bulletbarry here on his Stupid Console Peasant Quotes videos. And might I say here, he's got some, he might have some good points, but let's be honest here. We'll get to it here shortly. Alright? Plus, I even made some points in his comments section here on Stupid Console Peasant Quotes 8. But we'll get to that here shortly.
Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments on my Console Peasant Quotes videos, asking why it is I make them, and I've addressed this before, but nobody seems to listen. So I'm gonna say it clearly, and this is the very last time I say it. The reason I make these videos is because they're not unlike those dumb Facebook or dumb Twitter quotes. It's funny to laugh at stupid people. And I'm
Yeah.
not making fun of all console gamers, only those who think that spreading ignorance is a good idea. There are vastly more things that I'd rather put my mind to. I love learning about
Yeah.
space, technology,
Yeah.
oceans, strange creatures that may or may not be out there, and advancements in medicine and human intellect
Yeah.
alike. But there's so many people out there who fill the internet with this BS, and if nobody points out the faults, it will just become accepted, and I cannot let this happen. I'm not going to sit back and let these people spread ridiculous ideas because they're emotionally attached to something. This is the reason I will debunk radicals of any kind: Christians, feminists, anti-racists, and console peasants and PC elitists. Radicalism needs to go, and I'm gonna see to it that I'm the one who slams the door in its face on the way out. So I was gathering quotes to make a Console Peasant Quotes video when I stumbled upon this gold mine. This is an article on Tech Radar that they posted back in 2008, which is titled 12 Reasons Console Gaming Beats PCs. Now I looked it over real quick and one of
Mind you guys, I game on PC, Switch, PS3, 360, PS2, Dreamcast. I game on console and PC, basically, is what I'm saying here. But I do have some points to make here that completely overthrow some of his statements regarding this.
wanted to take a few pieces here and there, but the article is so good and so well researched, I cannot let this kind of information be torn up. So I'm going to read you all 12 reasons. Let's begin. Number 1. No mouse and keyboard support. Holy crap, starting off with a bang.
Okay, this is actually kind of on towards Tech Radar a little bit. Because actually, on some console games, especially the PS3 here, that I have running, um, there's actually been a few games that have had keyboard and mouse support. And oddly enough, I've had some people on mixed servers, yes, those do exist, between keyboard and mouse and controller users, that have complained I'm too damn good. And those games being Dust 514, Eve Dust 514, um, DC Universe Online, Free Realms, um, and of course, Unreal Tournament 3. So, actually, I'll be bringing up those other 3 games, amongst so many others for nowadays, for when this video came out, to current day, of about MMOs here, which he's going to bring up. So, take it away, Berry Boy.
Ah, the very raison d'etre of PC gaming. Well, guess what? Not everyone wants to play games posturing like Rick Wakeman. The joypad has been gradually
Who the
refined over
fuck is
20
Rick
years
Wakeman?
into the finely honed gaming tool you see today. Pressing digital keys to move? How very 1982. I agree. It's very unfortunate that on PC we have the option to choose between mouse and keyboard and every single controller to ever exist. I kinda wish someone would just force us to use one controller so we had absolutely no choice here. I think that's the best option for any gamer, in my opinion. 2.
Okay, we aren't just restricted to one kind of controller here on console. We have arcade sticks, we got flight sticks that have been made for flight combat games. We've gotten trackball controllers. We got just about every kind of controller imaginable on consoles that you guys have on PCs. So, plus on Switch, in handheld mode, we got touch, we got standard controller, and we got gyro controls. So,
Playing on
take that for what you
TV.
will.
While the PC might happily spew forth images consisting of a quadrillion pixels, the real issue here is that with a console you're playing on a nice big TV in the living room on a comfy sofa and, comma, if you have any sense, comma, with a 5.1 surround sound system. If we wanted to slouch at a desk in a dimly lit room, we'd just stay at work. I will literally be able to use the exact same counter that I used above.
Okay, here's where it kind of gets a little bit off here. Technically, you can game on PC in your living room. Just depends on the games you're playing. If you're playing first-person shooters, it's almost, I mean, unless they have controller support or you use something like Joy to Key to set it up prior to setting it up in your living room, then you're good to go with Steam Big Picture mode. But other than that, it's kind of hard to play with keyboard and mouse on a couch. And let's be honest here, who the hell in their right minds wants a big honking desktop sitting in their living room? You know? I mean, yeah, you could build yourself one of those micro ATX boxes that kind of almost looks like an Xbox One, or spend, you know, nearly spend about $600 on that, if not more. You know, if you're going the DIY route, or you spend nearly $3,000 on the MSI Vortex G25 that is about the slimness of a PlayStation 2 Slim. But still, though, it's either going to be too expensive to really have that good living room experience, or you're going to deal with possible lag here, because he's going to mention the NVIDIA Shield boxes and the Steam Link. Yeah, you can stream it to your living room TV over a local area network, but here's the problem with that. Because it's streaming, you're gonna have lag. And I mean really bad lag on some occasions. Especially if your internet connection is DSL or something like that. And that's all you can get in your area because, you know, this oligopoly bullshit in America. And plus, oh yeah, fucking data caps with some internet providers. You can't really do that whole streaming thing from PC to your Steam Link for a long period of time now, can you? No. So, gotta think about that, Barry boy.
Okay. Isn't it sad that I can choose between gaming on a desk or gaming on a TV in my living room? Now, really, if you're the sort of person who says, well, PC gamers don't couch game ever, then why, I ask, did Nvidia make a bunch of money selling streaming devices for PC gamers so they could stream their games to their couch and play them on a TV? Why do I have friends who game on PC and use their HD TV to play in their living room? And the same could be said about console gaming as well. I know people who play on Xbox at their desk. Now, if I'm really going to get into it, a desk chair is much better for your back in most situations. Posture being kept maintained while you're sitting, and slouching is easier to do on a couch. Regardless, this is a stupid thing to say, and I hear this all the time. It's exactly the same thing as saying, I like ice cream. Those idiots who eat frozen yogurt are missing out because I can eat my ice cream in a cone. Understand? Number 3. It just works. Oh, how we console owners point and chuckle at PC websites where the incumbent experts attempts to explain to some poor sap that his 3-month-old and thus obsolete quad AMD 3000 and Nvidia Orgasmo card won't actually run generic FPS 10 because it's got driver 1.1 instead of 1.1a. Try this. Go to shop, buy game, insert disk, game runs.
They aren't wrong on this. Especially many years ago, back, I think it was episode 135 or something like that, at Games and Entertainment Radio. Quake 4 came out for the 360. C4 was having trouble getting it to run properly on his PC. Having to jump through so many hoops just to get it to run on PC versus just popping in the disc, maybe an update or two on Xbox Live, and then play. And it just works. Versus, like I said, having to jump through so many hoops just to get your games to run. So, where's your counter to that?
Bliss. Here's the thing about this one. I want to take a scenario where a particular game doesn't work. Now, for a console gamer, what can be done? They can try to clean the disc, and that's about all they can do. However, on PC, if a game doesn't work,
Nowadays, digital
I don't have to
distribution, my
stop
friend.
there. I have many options available to me to make the game work. Sure, it's going to take some time, but who cares? I'm not that console gamer who can't play the game and has no options to fix it. But I love this. He tells us here that we as PC gamers always have trouble launching and playing every single game we download and try to play because our computers are obsolete or our drivers aren't updated. And the fact is that all hardware, be it on PC or consoles, have hardware updates. I just get to choose when I want to update my hardware. And I'm going to ask you how complicated this sounds. Turn on console, pop in disk, play game. Turn on PC, click on game, play game.
Okay, we can also download games too, dude. It's not like back in the days of the PlayStation 2, original Xbox, and GameCube, where you had to pop in the disc and then play. I mean, you still have that option these days, but more than not, 99% or good 95% of gamers download their shit off the PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, eShop, so on and so forth. So it's as easy as download, click, play. It's that simple. So, what else do you got, Barry boy?
Neither of these are complicated at all, but these people act like I have so many hoops that I have to jump through before I can actually play the games. Number 4. No need for endless upgrades. Yes, the PC is hugely upgradable, and a bloody good job too, otherwise you'd never get to play all those games built by cutting-edge technology by crazy Scandinavian ex-demo hackers. What? What?
Scandinavian ex-demo hackers. Really? Oh, God. Don't you mean crazy, insanely creative Japanese developers? Because I don't really see any games coming out of Scandinavia. Last I checked Tech Radar.
What even was that insult? What
Really.
the? Cutting edge technology by crazy Scandinavian X demo. What the heck? Moving on. And anyway, a console is upgradable. When the next Xbox or PlayStation comes out, we sell the old one and buy a new one. Easy. I'm going to read you the definition of upgrade because it seems like you don't actually understand. To upgrade is to raise something to a higher standard, in particular, improve equipment or machinery by adding or replacing components. So simply purchasing a newer version of something is not an upgrade.
But that is how cell phones work. That's how tablets work. I mean, every 2 years, you have what they call an upgrade. You sell your old phone, you get a new one. That's how it works. That's what we call an upgrade. It's the same thing in the console space. Granted, you don't need to sell it, especially if your console doesn't have native backwards compatibility, or you jailbreak it like I do. Then you'll have that. But other than that, that is an upgrade.
According to the definition, you cannot just buy a new product to replace an old one and call it an upgrade by definition.
It
So,
is an
no, you
upgrade.
can't upgrade your hardware. You have to wait until Microsoft and Sony decide that they need to come out with a new system, and then you can purchase it. But on the topic of upgrading, I find it funny that most of your arguments to switch to consoles can be rebutted with the very first counter argument that I made.
The Switch V2, with better battery life and a smaller processor that takes less power, is exactly the kind of upgrade we need. And that is an upgrade. In selling the V1 Switch to get the new V2 with the more power efficient processor, hey, that is an upgrade.
Why is it that you feel having the ability to upgrade is a bad thing? And what in the world
We
makes you
don't.
think that I have to upgrade my
We don't.
hardware every year? I need to put this into perspective real quick because I'm tired of hearing this. If I built a PC back in 2009, I could still be playing games on it today. I would be playing games on console equivalent graphics, but I could still be playing those games because hardware does not degrade. It doesn't die within a year, and games are not as powerful as you think if I play them at console
I mean, it
settings.
doesn't degrade, but I don't even mind playing at console settings 30 FPS, dude. Shit, I actually play most of my games at 640 by 40 or whatever the lowest resolution is just to get the most out of my PC for performance wise. And I actually lock all my games at 30 frames per second. So, and yeah, I tried the crew on both 30 and 60 FPS at 720p, and I didn't notice a damn difference in how it played. I did the same track too. I went around the Daytona track in the crew, which they do have. Well, it's not called the Daytona track, um, but they have basically a remodel of it. Your typical NASCAR oval track. I did 2 laps at 60, 2 laps at 30. I didn't notice a damn difference. So, what else do you got?
Now, you may counter with, okay, so they don't degrade, but you can't play graphically demanding games unless you upgrade, which you have to do every time a new game comes out. And again, you're not
You
understanding.
kind of have to
Nobody controls my graphics settings.
if you want to
By
keep
the
up
way,
with
on
them.
PC, we have graphics settings, and we can literally change everything. So if I'm not playing a game well, on Ultra, I can turn a few settings down to high or even lower if I have to make up the frame rate that I'm losing. So again, I could potentially have a build from 2009 still playing games today on console grade settings, and I can prove this yet again. If PC gamers had to upgrade every year, then why is it that every PC has different hardware in it? Why are no two PCs the exact same? And why is it that a lot of my friends build budget PCs with 700 series graphics cards? If we all had to upgrade, wouldn't you think that we would all be on the same hardware? Of course. So you might be missing something here. I implore that you look at your consoles. This generation of consoles was more like PCs than ever before. Inside your consoles, you have graphics cards and processors similar to PC hardware. So then why is it that your consoles are still playing games if hardware has to be upgraded every year? Either you're wrong, or somehow Microsoft and Sony know how to upgrade your hardware through updates. Which before you start, no, this isn't physically possible.
Actually, it is. Because Nintendo put out a patch, an update for Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey that actually got better frame rate in a lot of games, and it was meant for their Labo VR kits. But in turn of making it better playable for the Labo VR, they also made it playable for the regular gameplay. Good examples, look at the Kakariko Village and the Korok Forest. Both areas where there was some frame rate drops. Now with the patch to up the performance and slightly overclocks the processor for these particular games, it performs much better. You can do software updates to more optimize your hardware for that particular set of games.
So don't you dare start saying that. Number 5. Cheaper hardware. We've all heard the arguments and excuses. Face it, if you really want a decent PC to play games, and no, we don't want to build one ourselves, prices start around 500 euros. And if you want to play games of any sort of quality, your rig is more like $1,000. For that, you could buy 3 consoles, extra controllers, and the top 10 games of the year. Now we're talking.
See, this is where they're kind of right, because especially with if you want to stream your games while playing them on the same machine, you kind of have to spend a shit ton of money to do it. You have to have something like an i7 or a Ryzen 7 CPU and a somewhat high-end GPU, like a 1060, 1070, or a 2060, 2070, with like 32 gigs RAM just to do it.
I was starting to think that this guy was just going to use the same old arguments that every console peasant uses, but this one is actually a new one. Not really, it's the exact same. I need you guys to know that there are real pitfalls to PC gaming, and I cannot tell you how funny it is that they never get mentioned. Instead, people make stuff up about PC and spread these misconceptions. And again, like I said, there are real pitfalls that you could actually use, and you never do. So let's debunk this then, shall we? I have built 7 computers. Out of those, 6 of them were gaming PCs, and out of those, only 2 of them surpassed $1,000.
I've built about 3 gaming PCs. One for my wife, one for me, and one for my grandfather. Not all of them had the same specs. My current rig that I'm running on right now has an 880K with 8 gigs RAM and an RX 550 4 gig. Hers is actually kind of hand-me-down parts of a just an APU, the A8 7600 with 8 gigs RAM, about to upgrade her to 16 gigs RAM so she has a little bit more boost of performance. And if I can find a single slot RX 550 or a GT 730, or not 730, I mean a GT 1030, I will go that route.
Cheapest gaming PC I ever built was $507.
But still, though, to get anything that's streaming capable, to be able to stream and play your PC games at the same time, yeah, you kind of need a, you kind of need a high-end rig to do that.
And yeah, it plays video games. Surprise, surprise. And you know something weird? It plays games at a higher frame rate and higher graphical fidelity than your consoles at this generation. That's very strange. Or maybe is it that building a PC is vastly cheaper than buying a pre-built or even a console? Yes, a console. You can look up many gaming PCs that not only are cheaper than consoles, but play games at higher frame rates and a higher graphical fidelity. But your problem isn't that you can't find a PC at that price, it's that you don't want to build a PC. You literally admitted that you weren't smart enough to do so, but I'm going to tell you that that's not true. There are videos out there of children building
Yeah, and
PCs.
I've seen those.
Children! So then you might just be too lazy to even try, and that's what bothers me. Someone who is too lazy to research and try to learn how to build a PC is probably too lazy about their research writing this article, which is probably why it's been so easy to debunk. Number 6. The Big P. The PC is gradually becoming the ginger stepchild of the developer community. Even stalwarts like
True.
Valve are moving to console because, let's be honest.
Okay, Lord Gaben and Valve are not moving away from PC entirely. They have ported some of their games to console, but that's about it.
Honest, piracy is eroding the PC world from within like a mercilessly enthusiastic cancer. Holy cow, were you writing a World of Warcraft novel here or something? Piracy is eroding the PC world from within like a mercilessly enthusiastic cancer. Seriously, could you have been more dramatic?
I
It's
mean, it ain't
becoming less
wrong.
and less viable for developers whose budgets are spiraling ever upwards. Recently, the World of Goo developer suggested piracy of his games was at a rate of about 90%. 90%.
Not bought
Percent.
World of
Good
Goo.
God, this article has been up for 8 years, guys. That just ain't funny anymore. Who in the world thinks piracy is actually funny? I sure as hell sure don't. That's not something I look at and think, oh, haha, you stole something. I met a guy at my old work and I was telling him about the Steam sale. He laughed at me and said, "You actually buy your games?" This enraged me, and I told him that there would never be a scenario in which I thought that it was okay to pirate games.
The only time it's okay to pirate something is if it's been delisted and taken off every platform and is no longer available on the physical market. That's the one time I actually advocate for piracy. Ever. Best examples right now, Deadpool and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and now DuckTales remastered.
I told him that it was a disgrace to PC gamers everywhere that he stole games, and you know what he said next? Look, I only take from AAA developers, and I play on the PS4. So firstly, PC gamers are not the only ones doing this, and this little turd thought it was okay even though being a console gamer. So what does that tell you? How about that everyone is different? Every individual has a different moral system, and their conscience is bothered by less or more depending on the person, not the platform they game on. And saying that we're becoming the ginger stepchild cracks me up, being as how more developers are porting and even designing their games first on PC. Even Microsoft is trying to get a little bit of that PC pie, so that was stupid. And lastly, Valve moving away from PC?
Lord Gaben ain't giving up the
Number
PC
7.
platform
The
anytime soon.
Japanese. They may not be everyone's taste, but PC gamers do miss out on a whole raft of amazing games crafted by genius Japanese developers, whose focus is mainly
Alright.
consoles. Crazy stuff like Patapon, Katamari, Okami, Vibribbon, Parappa, not to mention hordes of amazing JRPGs. Are you talking about Okami, Nintendo games, Kingdom Hearts, Shenmue, and all these other games you mentioned? Cause I play those on my PC through emulators. I don't know who's
Okay.
missing out, but it ain't me. And that's another thing. Every game that gets locked away, I can and will play on an emulator someday. The company is only shooting itself in the foot by not porting the game to PC and making money off of it. Either way, I still play the game. Only in one scenario, the company made a boo-boo. Number 8.
Uh, thing is, with emulators, dude, the one thing I've been running into is having to go through so many configuration settings just to get it to work for each individual game, because sometimes different games require different settings just to get it to work, and then sometimes compatibility is just out the window for certain titles. Good example, Metal Gear Solid 4 on PlayStation 3. Try running on our PCS3 emulator. It's just gonna crash.
No first-party support. Because the PC is an open platform, which is a good thing, there's no ownership and therefore no desire to drive it forward. What? The PC has no desire to drive it forward. Why on earth didn't anyone tell me this before? Here I am thinking about all the millions of games that I can play that never came to consoles, and all the games that I can still play today, even though the games came out years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, it's almost like we're stuck in the past, right? Microsoft is way too busy with the Xbox to bother about games for Windows. And
Okay,
so we
that's not
either
true.
get the biggest games first with PC ports following months after, or we get exclusives that never appear on PC at all. Still, at least you have, Crysis and Crysis 2. Firstly, Microsoft isn't too busy anymore, being as how they port their Xbox exclusives the same time the Xbox games come out.
They do now, but here's your problem. Okay, there's still a ton of versions of many of Xbox exclusives that have never come to PC. Let me put out some examples for you, Barry boy. Boy. We got Just Until Now with the Master Chief Collection coming to PC. We've only had Halo 1 and 2. We didn't have 3 through Reach. I mean, there was a partial port of Halo 5, but it's not the full game with the campaign. It's just the multiplayer and the Forge mode. That's all it is. So that's not even a true port. So then, the Gears franchise. What have we gotten? Gears of War 1? 1 again, remastered. 4, and now 5. You're missing 2, 3, and Judgment. Halo Wars didn't come out till many years after Halo Wars 2 came out. Huge gap there. And Forza, both Forza Motorsport and Horizon didn't start coming out till Forza Motorsport 6 and Forza Horizon 3. So you're still missing Forza Horizon 2, Forza Horizon 1, Forza 1 through 4, actually 1 through 5. You're missing those. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Cameo. There's Perfect Dark Zero. I can keep naming game after game after game. I mean, does PC have Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2 yet? No. Good luck emulating that shit, because I heard it's still buggy as hell and barely even runs on Xenia and our PS3. So, good luck.
And I want you to name me 10 games that were delayed on PC. The only game I can think of is GTA 5, and really, who cares? We have so many more exclusives that never come to consoles that we play all the time. The sad thing is that even with this fact, many people disregard these games as not real games. Games aren't real unless they're on consoles, but how is that a justifiable argument at all? I love, though, that this guy thinks that Crysis and Crysis 2 are the only PC exclusives. I could even be so bold as to say that games from the 360 and PS3 era and beyond are now exclusives for us. You can only play so many of them on your current consoles. However, I can play them anytime I want. I have infinite backwards compatibility here.
Infinite backwards compatibility, you say, huh? Well, let's see here. I saw on Multimedia J that just to get GTA 3 and Vice City running on his current rig with an i7 and a 1060. I think it was like the 700K that he has. Had to put it to such a low power state for it to be able to run like how it used to. I had to jump through a lot of hoops just to get it to run correctly without all the glitchiness, because the frame rate was literally about in the thousands. And some may think, oh, the higher the frame rate, the better the game. No, not all the time, especially with some of these older titles. They glitch the fuck out. So, what else do you gotta say? And also, let's see here. I got Super Columbine Massacre RPG, Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 3, um, Rebel Assault, Star Wars. I got a few older Star Wars games that I really like, and I would like to play, but for some odd reason, they don't seem to want to run on my current hardware. I mean, yes, I can look up on how to get those to run, but it's jumping through so many damn hoops just to get them to run on my current hardware. Which is why you would almost need an older PC sitting around with the specs for those kind of games to be able to run them correctly. Don't tell me emulation solves everything, because it does not.
Here. Number 9. The lack of patch mentality. Okay, we'll admit it. Console games do get patched, but infrequently and not to any great extent. Truth is that for the majority of console
Yeah, we
titles,
don't have nearly as
when
many
we buy our
patches
games from the shop,
as
they're actually finished,
PC
which is
games.
nice. Now this guy could be downing on early access, which would be a logical argument here. However, I don't think that's where this guy's head was at all. He may use some pretty lengthy vocabulary, but his intelligence is pretty easy to discern. I take it that he's probably talking about bad PC ports, which is never a good thing for anybody, no matter what platform you play on. And the sad thing is, this guy's
Back in
pretending
Arkham
that
City.
it only happens on PC. Number 10. Innovation, innovation, innovation. It's true that when it gets it right, PC gaming is awesome, beautiful, high-res, online frag fests. But when was the last time you played something truly innovative? Just look around you at the games coming to consoles. You may mock the Wii, but when was the last time you had a drunken 4-player tennis match in your PC games room? Wow! What big balls you have saying that. Innovation coming from the systems whose games are all first and third person shooters with stealth mechanics, racing
No.
games, and sports games.
No.
Are you not aware that consoles are missing full genres of gaming, like MMORPGs, MOBAs, real-time strategies, and other innovative games? Also, did you know?
Okay, as for missing whole entire genres, including MMOs, which, once again, I will state here, on console. Yes, we don't have World of Warcraft, we don't have Guild Wars 2, and we don't have Lineage. But we do have. Well, we do have MMORPGs, dude. We do. Back in the day, in the late to mid 2000s on the PS3, we had DC Universe Online, which now is on Switch and Xbox One and PlayStation 4. We had Free Realms. We had Eve Dust 514. Okay, now we even had Final Fantasy 11 online. We have Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls Online, Warframe, Black Desert, Sea of Thieves, which is basically kind of an MMORPG. I can go on and on, dude. As far as RTS games, we got those covered too, especially on Switch. City Builders, we got those. The Sims, we got that. Like, we haven't got Car Mechanic Simulator. We got... I could just keep going on and on, dude. We have just about all the kind of genres y'all have on PC on console. Yeah, some of them come out a little bit later, but we still get them. And guess what? RTSs run great on Switch, and we do have MOBAs on console, especially the Switch. We got Arena of fucking Valor, okay? Yes, it's a League of Legends clone, but MOBA nonetheless. So we got that. Keep going on, Barry Boy.
That with the Wii emulator, I can purchase a sensor to use on my PC and
Yeah.
play Wii games with it using a
Yeah.
Wiimote. I'll bet you had no idea that I too could have a drunken 4-player tennis match and at 4K 60 FPS.
Okay. As for innovation and, having anything like motion sensor gaming, minus if we don't factor emulation into this and we're talking just straight PC games here, you don't really have that. Unless you mess with a shit ton of drivers and settings just to do that. Or, you pony up over $500 for an Oculus Rift or HTC Vive, and then spend another $60 on top of that for each of the VR versions of the same titles you already bought a few years ago, just to have motion control capability with those games. Especially with Fallout 4 VR, Doom VFR, Skyrim VR. I can keep going on. But you get my point.
Number 11. 4-player family fun. Yes, we know PCs have been online for years, but what if you want to interact with people you actually know in the comfort of your own home? Apart from the aforementioned Wii activities, there are great quiz games like Scene It and Buzz, endless Mario Party games, dance mat games, iToy games, karaoke games.
Okay, to Tech Radar, and I will agree with Bulletbarry on this one point. Okay, with karaoke and dance mat titles, aka DDR, Pump It Up, and Guitar Hero, we have Clone Hero, we have Ultra Star Deluxe, and we have Step Mania, or Pulsin, or Rhythm Horizon, whichever of the games you want to go at. And there was also Dance with Intensity, so, or DWI for short. So we do have those. But yeah, as for the quiz games and that kind of stuff, yeah.
The list goes on and on. And again, I can download these games and play them on my emulator. God, you were so close though. You almost covered one of the actual pitfalls to PC gaming, and that is that a lot of PC games lose the split screen multiplayer feature when the game's ported to PC, even though the game had it on console. This is really
Yeah, like
annoying because
Battlefront
as a PC
2,
gamer, I have two monitors. That is
Rocket League.
potentially one monitor per person, and is actually a real pitfall that you could have actually zinged me with, but you missed your chance. 12.
Okay, emulation doesn't count on this, dude. They're talking just straight or standard PC games. They aren't talking off emulators. So shut your trap regarding emulators, because that shit don't count.
Perception. Have you ever seen that episode of South Park where the kids are playing World of Warcraft? You know the fat, pale, pizza-faced guy with the wrist support slouched in his chair? That's you, that is. You are a PC gamer. Oh, burn! Jeez, that hurts. Actually, I gotta read you guys a similar comment that I received the other day on one of my Console Peasant Quotes videos. I think you guys will like it. It reads, Lamau, this series is a joke. A bunch of circle jerk neckbeard PC gamers who confide in their ability to play video games on a PC. You're commentating over troll comments in your mother's basement. Life turn out like you thought? To which I replied, a little better than I thought actually. I'm gaming at 4K, I drive a Charger, I have my own place, and currently can't grow hair on my face, so no neckbeard here. Honestly though, I make these videos because not unlike those stupid Twitter quotes videos, it's funny to read quotes from stupid people. However, I do not endorse the idea that console gamers are idiots, but if you're being stupid, I'm gonna say so. Sorry if the video offended you, but honestly, it shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with you so long as you don't promote ignorance. Have a great day, man.
Alright, so that's the end here. So, folks, what have we learned here today? We've learned pretty much he seems to rely on emulation a lot in his arguments. Which, yeah, you can emulate stuff, but once again, you're jumping through hoops just to try to play games when you could just have the original hardware and it just works. Plus, not to mention, as I said before, emulators have compatibility issues. So, Bulletbarry, boy, what do you guys say to combat this? Peace out.